Hey guys, what's up? My name's Jen. I'm a former flight attendant and turned travel professional, becoming a bit of a travel commentator nowadays. I am currently in London, and Foodie has also decided to travel, and she is in Thailand. So she just came out with her travel video that I really wanted to go over. I have briefly watched some of it, and I typically watch through Pulpy or Shakar Transformations. So I did see a little bit of it already, and I definitely wanted to check it out. She's on a different airline than we've seen her on before, and there are some things to go over, of course, in this video. So let's go ahead and just jump into it and get started, as I do have some stuff planned today that I need to make sure that I'm ready for. Let's go ahead. The camera setup is a little crazy, I know, but it's just what it has to be as I'm traveling here. So I do have her on 1.5 speed. It's just the only way I can stomach a Foodie right now. Her video is I traveled alone. Can you guess where? She kind of made it fun to guess where she is traveling right now. We all know now that she is in Thailand, so I'm not even going to try to go along with that. Let's get right into it. As always, I will have the original video linked in the description below if you want to check that out. God bless you if you do watch her raw, as the community says, but here we go.
All right, travel day is finally here. Heading to the airport, and it is about 1:30
Looking a little bit more
p.m.
stylish than
First, I got
normal.
my favorite Scotch latte from Mug Coffee with extra ice. Here, checking in. First time flying Oman Air. I'm flying with Oman Air this time, so
Oman Air.
Let's go.
Never flown with them personally.
Had one big suitcase in my carry-on. I was able to check both in. Use the restroom. Now I'm gonna head to my gate for my first leg from Kuwait to Oman.
She is looking pretty tired already right now. That's never a good sign when she's this flush when they're just checking in. She does look like she's put a little more effort into like her outfit and how she looks, which is always good to see, because it's kind of felt like she's given up on a lot of things in life lately, and that is not to be mean. It's just the truth, and she's kind of even said that herself. So it's nice to see her a little bit more put together and actually out of her house. The fact that she's traveled alone has kind of been guessed by other reaction channels just because of certain things she was saying leading up to this trip. She was supposed to, for some background, because I know some of you on my channel don't watch her at all, she was supposed to travel with her husband, her alleged husband. He does not go with her. So that's kind of like pretty much the bombshell in this, and the fact that she went back to Thailand instead of somewhere new. So there's a little quick background story with that. But she is looking tired and flush and red already.
Oman, and then it's gonna be Oman too.
I'm gonna miss you, babe.
I'm gonna miss you so much, you and the pets.
Oh, just take care of yourself and have a safe travels.
Thanks, babe.
I love you so much.
Love you too.
Yalla, goodbye.
I just feel like I think they just do it for the camera, and maybe they actually do have more like physical interaction when they're leaving, or maybe they can't in public as much, or they're not comfortable with it. But it's always a little awkward in between them. I don't know if that's just how they are, or if it's really because they're not genuine about it. I don't know. When I used to work at the airport, sorry for the quick pause again, seeing like the hellos and goodbyes from people were like one of the most entertaining things to watch, and usually very like heartwarming and touching. It's so sad to see people sad when they're leaving and going. I used to work at the ticket counter for a while, and to see people saying their goodbyes was tough. But when you also are seeing them arrive down in the arrivals area, it is really fun to see that part of it too. Or when you're actually traveling your destination, I love seeing other people like greet their family members or friends or whatever, and that's really, really fun too. So it's this a very intimate time for people, the hellos and goodbyes, and I feel like it's a really special moment at the airport, when the airport is a very stressful place, but those little moments that were really kind of special to be able to witness, in my opinion. This doesn't feel quite like that, but maybe off camera they're a little more genuine to each other. I have no idea, and I don't really care, to be honest.
Cute. I hear goodbyes.
Oh, me too.
Take care, honey. I love you. Goodbye.
So she just has a backpack for her carry-on, which is good for her, more manageable probably. The Middle East airports, I will say, always look really nice where she's been. But they do have money to put into them, so that's part of it. I like looking at the different adverts on the wall too. Different countries. In the jet bridge. You know, I will give her this because she does video in public a lot more than I think even like some bigger YouTubers do, and I will give her credit for that. The only thing I don't like is like, and for me personally, I struggle with is getting other people on camera. It feels there's something about it. I just don't like it and getting other people's faces. But it is nice to sometimes see like the overall view of what's going on, getting onto the plane and stuff. I would personally, it would feel really weird for me to like be videotaping as I'm walking onto the plane and recording everyone, but it does kind of give it an overall like nicer view. I'm a little bit impressed with her, how this whole vlog has been going so far. I think it's one of her better ones, even thus far, and we'll see as we go too. So far, I don't know if it's her editing is getting a little bit better or just like the type of content she's deciding to put in, but compared to her mukbangs and her just sitting and eating and like having a hard time to even formulate a thought, these are so much better to watch.
So it's my first time flying with Oman Air, and it was okay. I mean, the seats were pretty comfortable, on par with Qatar Airways, I found. Good thing is we had a middle seat in between me and this nice lady sitting with me, so that was nice.
Can you imagine if you were a person in that middle seat? Oh my gosh, you'd like have no space. I know they're probably being a little bit more like liberal with how they're sitting right now, but between both of them, oh man, that's tough. There's barely any seats between them. Once again, isn't a great situation for her to be able to have an open seat next to her, considering that she can't put the tray table down in front of her, so she's able to use the one next to her, I'm assuming. And maybe she doesn't feel as out of place having a woman next to her that also like looks like she's enjoying a little bit more space as well. Overall, the aircraft looked really nice, the screens and everything. So I'm not quite sure why she's like giving this kind of it was okay. Like the airline looks really nice so far. I'm not a huge fan of the cloth seats, but they actually look really clean. Yeah, overall, like my impression, it seems super nice. I don't know, maybe there was issues with check-in or the boarding process or something that threw her off. I have a feeling that it's because she didn't really get a great food option on this, or like they didn't get a full meal on this flight, which we'll see coming up. Could be why that she's not like totally in love with them. She is more towards the center of the aircraft, which is going to be a little less bumpy if they run into turbulence. She won't feel it as much. You can see that wing flex, that wing bouncing there.
Totally gross, but there was a hair in my window. I didn't even notice until I'm editing this video. Sorry, guys.
That is kind of gross. But from this view, it kind of looks like her. Oh, now you can see that's not. For a moment, I just thought it was like one of her hairs. But yeah, that is gross. I love the shadow of the airplane when they're going off. I love a good takeoff. I can't be mad at this at all. Really cool to see like the desert surrounding of this takeoff too. It's a very different look than we get from a lot of travel vlogging that you see here on YouTube, so that's also kind of nice. This is the type of content that I want to see way more of from her.
05? There you go. The woman sitting next to me asked if I can film out the window for her with her phone, so I was helping her with that. Look at all the desert. Wow. Bye-bye, Kuwait.
That's nice of her. She made a friend. Look at that. Shocking. So much open space. That's crazy. I just want to remind you, I do have it on 1.5 speed too. Definitely over the water now.
So the flight to Oman was short, so they just offered a snack, which was a vegetarian curry chickpea puff and a piece of cake, and it was actually pretty tasty. And I had some pineapple juice with it.
You know, that looks great. I'm going to look up what the actual travel time is from Kuwait to Oman right now. Hold on one second. So the flight time is only 2 hours and 6 minutes, it says, from what I Googled, which is actually pretty short. So the fact that they even have a snack at all is pretty nice, actually. I would say the fact that it's even, I'm guessing it was warm. It looks like it was like a warm meal, and they got a drink with it too, little juice box. I honestly, and I'm guessing it was given to them. I don't think she would pay for anything extra on the flight. So that I would say is pretty nice for a 2-hour flight.
And it looks incredible from a plane. What you're seeing is genuine unease and fear. There was quite a bit of turbulence as we were approaching Muscat, and I was terrified.
That is going to be really common when you are on takeoff and landing, especially in the warmer months. The air is going to be rougher. I actually have a video coming out talking about different travel fears where the pilot actually digs a little bit deeper on cause of turbulence and all that. The warmer weather on takeoff and landing is going to cause it to be a little bit rougher. And then, of course, there's going to be different destinations. If there's mountains and that kind of thing, that can also affect it as well. During the winter and cooler months, you will notice more like clear air turbulence. So like turbulence while you're flying. Just a little tidbit for you guys there about turbulence. Those turbulence did actually look a little bit rough. And she only probably psyched herself out because she watches airplane like disaster videos all the time too. So I'm sure she's just like reliving all those in her mind. But turbulence, totally normal, safe, nothing to be worried about when it comes to turbulence. I think she even said in her live that the pilot told the flight attendants to sit down and buckle up, which you just know that the turbulence are going to be a little bit rougher, and it is just for safety of the flight attendants because it's dangerous to be walking around and not in your seatbelt during that time. It does not mean to be even more afraid of or anything like that. It's just out of safety precaution for the flight attendants, so they're also seated at that time because you don't really want to be dealing with hot food or hot coffee during turbulence as well, or trying to serve it to passengers. So makes sense. Again, a very clean airport.
It's
Very
pretty empty here
modern.
in Oman, the Muscat Airport.
Ooh, she's sweating.
Going to transfer. Some very unique sitting areas. Looks like sand dunes.
There's nobody there. I wonder what time it
So
is.
my gate is A09, so I'm going to be looking for the A gate. Duty
It
free
kind of
store.
looked like the person behind her was recording too.
I'm tempted to go buy a lipstick at Clinique, but I'm going to wait to spend my shopping money in where I'm going.
Way to be
All right.
smart.
A gates are this way. Let's go confirm our flight. This looks cozy. I'm out of breath, yes. A lot of walking.
Very nice airport. So I'm guessing that's a call to prayer. I wonder why she
Whoops,
wasn't praying. She did not just go on the opposites.
Wow.
That could have actually, she could have fell.
Seriously.
I'm glad she's taking it easy
stall
and taking
here.
it slow. How cute.
Don't look too busy. Plenty of seating.
But I could never sit, or I could never just
So I have
stand on
another
these things.
Over 6-hour flight ahead of me. Can you guess where I'm going? Yes. Thank God for these conveyor things. It's not very busy here. Maybe it will be an empty flight. That would be cool. And stretch out more.
Probably a good guess
When I get to my destination,
that it's going to be an empty flight, just considering there's barely anyone in the airport. But I'm wondering what time it is. I'm wondering if she's flying at kind of a weird time and it's midnight or something, which is going to be typical for an airport to be less busy like that.
guys, I'm going to talk more about everything. So stay tuned. Be patient. I can't wait to get there.
Look at her using techniques for people to watch the whole video.
Have a coffee shop, Caribou.
Caribou. I used to live in Minnesota, and Caribou coffee was known to be kind of like only a Midwest thing, which is crazy to see it in the Middle East. That's interesting. Either they're expanding, or I didn't know that there was Caribous out there. That's really funny because I know they don't have them in Southern America. So
Here it is. That wasn't too bad. Duty free store.
duty free shopping.
People waiting. All right, let's grab a seat if there is one.
Nice.
I cannot stop sweating. Okay,
She
so in
is
case you
sweating.
haven't guessed, I'm traveling alone. When I get to my destination, I'll explain why, because I forgot my tripod in my luggage, and I don't really feel like holding this up to explain, but I'll let you know everything when I get to my hotel. We'll have a chit chat. So just enjoy the journey of getting to where I'm going.
So that makes it seem like there's a big reason why he's not traveling right now with her. So that's very interesting just to make note of. But again, like I said, people had already guessed that he wasn't going to be traveling with her. I don't know. I think they're kind of making it a more dramatic thing than it actually is. I don't think he actually planned on traveling with her from the beginning. Just how she was talking about the seating situation, which when she travels with her husband or Salah, alleged husband, whatever, she doesn't make that big of a deal about having seats because he's sitting next to her and she can take up some of his seat.
I'll
She's
talk to you
doing
soon.
quite a bit of filming.
Oh my gosh, this nice old man just brought me my passport and boarding pass because I left it over where I was sitting over there.
Oh my
Can we go
God.
right now? What time is it?
Probably everyone's biggest fear is losing their passport or forgetting their passport. I am always so scared about my passport, even though I'm very cautious about like where I'm zipping it up and putting it in. I even make sure that it's not in a pocket where someone could pickpocket me and steal it out, which I always recommend doing. But for her to just leave it out, can you imagine if she didn't have her passport when she got to Thailand? That would be a whole mess. I mean, if that were to happen to you, what you do is go to your country's consulate area and work with them to get it. I also have recommended that people travel with, used to be more travel with like a copy of your passport, and just so you have that in case you do lose your passport, you can show proof that you've had a passport, and it's just probably easier process at the consulate to get you a replacement. But now, like if you just have like a picture on your phone too, that's what I do nowadays, is make sure I have a picture of it with me that is easily accessible on my phone.
Ready to go.
Canada. Your
Babe,
passports
I
are
wish you
kind
were
of
here. Okay, I can't wait. I'm gonna spoil this.
My favorite passport is the New Zealand passport. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. They actually used to look a lot cuter. I wonder. There used to be just like one leaf across it, and it was like this bright silver. But as you can kind of see here, I just always love the coloring of it. It's like a black or really, really dark blue. It looks black in person, and then this like bright silver on it. And there's always these types of leaves. I think it used to be like one leaf across it, which was really pretty. And these must be the newer ones, but I always thought they were the cutest passports. I was always so jealous when someone had a New Zealand passport. I just had to share that. Okay, back to Foodie. Bangkok.
Bangkok. I'll explain everything when I get to the hotel, like I
You
said.
can see the time of the flight there, 9:15. So it's not that late for the airport to be that empty. I was really curious if it was like a 2 a.m. flight or something like that, but a 9:15 flight. So
Here it
not
is.
super late, but it is she's arriving in Thailand quite late then. So it's a 6-hour flight. That means she is arriving 3 a.m. in Bangkok, which is really, really early in the morning. Maybe okay for her to sleep a little bit when she finally gets to her hotel, but I can imagine that that's a little bit tough. So 3 a.m. arrival is going to be pretty tough when you're tired and trying to get to your hotel. But I think I'm trying to remember. I arrived, I think, really late at night, like 10 or 11 p.m. I feel like I was able to adjust to the time a lot better that way, but
I'll explain everything when I get to the hotel, like I said. Here it is.
getting the cloth seats, I'm a little like,
And
I have nice
and
screens.
no one's sitting beside me.
Woohoo! So this was the one and only meal service on this.
The flight looks like actually kind of busy. So again, lucky her that she has an extra seat next to her, and very gracious of the airline to adjust that for her and to make that happen unless she paid for the extra seat. I feel like she would be one to tell us if she did pay for the extra seat, just because it'd be like showing off that she could afford it. That's just how Foodie's personality is. She is lucky to have that. But here is the meal on the flight. Doesn't look too bad. Also nothing to like be crazy about. It is a 6-hour flight. So for long haul flights, it does, when you're on a 6-hour flight compared to like an 8+ hour flight, does feel quite a bit shorter, and it's overnight as well. So don't imagine a ton of food to be served. I don't know if she got breakfast or not. I will be curious about that. Looks like she has some sort of soda, some sort of salad, a cucumber salad, and then pasta, of course, bread and a brownie. So very basic looking, nothing crazy, I would say.
On this 6.5-hour flight, and the salad had no dressing, the pasta had no cheese, and the bread had no butter. But honestly, it was actually really tasty. The tomato sauce was really
She seems super annoyed about that. It's probably better for her though, like no dairy in there, to be honest.
good, and I was starving, so I ate it all. Yum yum.
Starving for a few days, like not eating in a few hours. She really does not like that uncomfortable feeling of being hungry, which is part of her problem. She had something on her last flight. It wasn't like she hadn't eaten in hours. It does look a lot more busy. The Bangkok airport, I do remember I had to walk a ways to get out of there. It does look like quite a few men, doesn't it, around, which is interesting. But yeah, we didn't get too much recording on that last flight there. Probably because she wasn't at a window seat and maybe she slept, hopefully. A lot busier, especially for 3 a.m. But I guess it's everyone on her flight.
All right, I got my SIM card already, and that took like 2 seconds. So
Nice.
It was cheaper than I thought. It's like $1,200.
I feel like this is going to give her a lot of confidence in traveling by herself. I think solo travel always is so good for people to not only sit with themselves and just be forced to be the ones to interact with other people. And she so often, lets Sala take the lead. You need to figure out your own directions and figure out what you're going to do. It just is a great chance for people to grow themselves, especially if they're not super comfortable with, being in a different place or doing things for themselves. And I don't mean that in like a bad way, but just like pushing themselves. For me, when I solo travel, I have to push myself to be a lot more like social than I would normally be, which is, I think, overall good for me, good in those situations. So like the fact that she was able to get her SIM card, she's done this trip before and probably is quite comfortable in Thailand. I think they spent like 6 weeks there last year or earlier. I can't remember. Yeah, it was last year, October-ish. And I only know that just because I went to Thailand right after she got back from her trip, which was kind of fun. I think this is going to do a lot for her, like confidence in getting herself out there. And it's really, really good to see, especially since she's been keeping in her apartment in Kuwait, eating herself basically to the point of making herself very sick. And that's something she's been open with her diabetes and all that. So seeing her push herself to do this on their own, I'm actually kind of excited about. And the fact that Sala is not there, I think is going to create better content as well and just be good for her overall too. So I always recommend solo travel for people. And then especially going into a country where they're not speaking English. When I traveled to Thailand, I went by myself and I met up with a group when I was there, but I had a few days by myself too. It's definitely like a whole different world. If you've never traveled to Asia before, I've been to like Japan, Hong Kong, and that. So Asia wasn't that foreign to me, but it just felt so far away from home and so different that it's a great place for you to go and kind of experience that completely different culture than what you're used to, especially if you're like from Europe or North America. It's a great place to go to really get like a different view of the world, I feel like. Also, the people are incredibly friendly. So it makes it really easy when you're by yourself to just interact with people and that kind of thing too. So definitely a really cool place to do some solo traveling.
Bought for 30 days of unlimited 5G data and calls. All right, we have to check the carousel. Our luggage is coming on. It's a very big area, but that was a blast. Our breeze. And did you know that it
wasn't a blast?
60 days now for a tourist visa here. Okay, let's see. Where's Oman Air? Yeah, where's my stuff? I get nervous.
I wonder how big her bag is.
All right, going to see if my boat ride is here.
I don't remember it.
Let's go see.
So I wonder if she had a prearranged ride or if she just did like the Uber thing, Bolt, while she was there.
Bye-bye. Bangkok Airport for now. It's so humid. I'm sweating buckets.
I remember the humidity when you first stepped out.
I just wanted to get to the hotel after this long travel. I had serious jet lag and I was so nauseous. I was coming down with something because of the traffic in Bangkok, especially in the morning. I had to endure another hour and 10 minutes ride from the airport to the hotel in the back seat. And I just had my eyes closed the whole time in between filming these little clips for you guys because I was so nauseous. I don't know how I
kind of feel for her at this point. I also, and this always happens like on my ride from the airport to wherever we're going, I get so car sick when I'm like in the Uber or the taxi or whatever going from the airport to the hotel. I remember the worst that it's ever been was I was in South Korea with my sister and my mom and we hit really bad traffic going to our hotel from the airport. I was so nauseous and motion sick, but I get really car sick. It's something that's really typical. I get so car sick that I travel now with a hospital throw up bag just so I have one in case I need it, because there's been instances where I've had to throw up in like my bag or like a sweatshirt or something. I will admit that it's not fun and it's very uncomfortable, and that feeling of just being so nauseous, it happens to me on tours sometimes too. So I always like make sure I'm trying to sit in the front. It's like that stop and go motion when you're in traffic. I don't necessarily think she's getting sick. Could be just like from all the travel and stuff too. She's more susceptible to feeling nauseous and all this. It's the absolute worst. Does anyone else like go through that? The car rides once you get to your destination, like feeling motion sick or nauseous. Oh, it's the worst and what I hate. That's why I do like the fact that I take the tube in London when I get here. Although I have gotten motion sick on that before too. It's never as bad and I don't have to sit in a car. Like it's so much better.
How I held my composure, but I somehow did.
Okay, when I say I was literally almost starving, I swear, I haven't eaten in like 11 hours.
Seeing even just this one dish, I'm like, oh, in the bag and just how it's presented, I like instantly miss it. I feel like I can almost smell the food. Oh my god, that food is so good. So I don't blame her for wanting to go back to Thailand, but this like instantly makes me want to go back. It makes me excited.
I'm like running around the airport. Now, I know I said I don't like eggs, but have you ever had fried eggs this way? Like with basil? Anyway, this is all halal. And I'm gonna like eat because I'm so hungry. I've been craving Thai food.
She's so excited.
Today's chicken with basil, fried egg, and rice. I'm so hungry and like chili. I'm gonna eat this, shower, and sleep, and I'll see you guys. I wanted to film more on the ride back, but I was so tired.
So you can see, unless like she just has a light on, that it seems like a little bit lighter out, but it's great that she was able to find food right away. That's also another thing. When you arrive, usually you're always really hungry when you get to your hotel by the time that you get settled or whatever. This point of your trip, and if you have long travel, is like the best when you get food and you know that you can just shower and go to bed. Definitely always feels like accomplishment, although we're only halfway through the video, so we'll see what else we do.
I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, I really needed that rest. These pillows are so comfy. Oh my gosh.
So it's the following night then now.
I smell Thai food everywhere. There's a place here across the road I want to try.
Bangkok is so good.
Food. We're going to try that one of these days. And there's these little fishies.
Koi fish.
Isn't that cute? I'm probably the only person who thinks fish are cute, or no?
Hello. I should call our ex-boyfriend fish all the time.
It's like a jacuzzi for the fish.
Oh, the street food.
It's hard to cross the street because there's constant.
You have to be very confident when you're crossing the street.
I want to see what this lady is selling. I'm curious. It looks like fruit, maybe? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, she's giving me anxiety trying to cross.
You gotta fight for your right to cross.
Oh my god.
It's here. Oh.
Look at her getting out already. I mean, we've spent weeks in her Kuwaiti apartment. She hasn't gone out at all. And the first night she's coming out. This is the Chantal that I know people have been wanting and know that she's capable of, the kind of content she's capable of. Of course, she's at a 7-Eleven. She's probably staying at the place that's right next to the 7-Eleven, same place I stayed last time, which again, I don't really fault her for. I know people wanted to see a new destination, but the fact that she's traveling by herself, this is comfortable for her. It is still probably quite a feat for her to be here by herself and do this by herself, because Salah did a lot for her last time. I really can't bash her for this. And there's something about Thailand that I know she acted like she hated it last time, but it's a very special place if you've never been there. And the food, I will tell you, if you like food at all, it's a no wonder like she wanted to go back. And of course the whole like cannabis thing with her in there, but that's a given when it comes to her.
A bike.
Oh my gosh. 7-Elevens are awesome there though.
I gotta get over.
Gosh,
here's the 7-Eleven. This here is a spirit house.
Those are everywhere.
They give offerings in front of every establishment. They believe that it gives protection. So, whoa.
Giving info
oh my gosh.
too? Oh my god.
Okay. I want to see what they have down here.
I really can't believe she's out walking about though.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't think my first night in Thailand, granted I never had been there before, I feel like now that I've been to Bangkok and been to Thailand, that I would definitely go and explore the street food and stuff by myself. Street food is very intimidating if you don't come from a culture of street food, but it's like once you get the hang of it, it's the best thing ever, of just like what you're buying and eating and just getting more brave to, you know, navigate it by yourself. The fact that she's out and about right now is just like shocking, even though the motivation is probably food. For me, I mean, that's always going to be her in a travel sense. Like, it's awesome. And getting fresh air is good. I say that because I felt like the pollution in Bangkok was insane. I remember sitting out at the pool and I could just smell like the smog, and it just was not great. The pollution, even when you're looking at the skyline and stuff, it's a lot. As you can see, it's insanely busy, but I don't know if anyone's ever really giving her props for being out and about. I feel like I'm being a lot more positive about Foodie for these last couple travel videos. It's not me condoning anything that she does at all. I'm just looking at it as a travel sense, and it's good to see her out experiencing the destination more than she has in the past. And again, I think that does go down to her being solo traveling. I don't think she would be doing this if Salah was there. It's good for her.
Is this the donut person? Yes, the donuts. Okay, so we have,
if this is what I think it is,
4 baht each, so we'll get 5.
Y'all, I know it's Foodie and she says like anything not healthy and anything is good. These donuts or fried bread, whatever it is, they're so good. This was always served in our breakfast buffets. Oh, this is making me miss Thailand quite a bit, actually. I did not think I would have these feelings about Thailand, like wanting to go back. These donuts, like, I'm here to say they're so good.
Yeah.
She's not lying.
5, please? Yes. Sure. Yeah.
She has no idea what she said.
They're so good.
They are so good. I'm so jealous. What never happens with Foodie.
Do they come with a sauce? A sweet sauce? Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. Sweet sauce. All right, now I'm going to 7-Eleven to see if I can get something for my sore throat.
So good too.
And some snacks for later. So I'm not going to get like a real dinner. 33 baht for laundry detergent, so I can do it in my sink. So this is very popular. Yabum. I'm gonna try the original for now and see how it goes. It's an inhalant. Can't see.
Sounds like a
For my
TikTok
throat.
thing.
This is all cough stuff. I can't read Thai.
That's why
Cough
when I
drops?
had a travel guide that was a local, she was amazing, especially when we needed something
Lozenges. There we go.
like this.
Okay, let's
She told us exactly what to get.
Let's try this. And let's try what are these? I don't know. Let's try some of these 45 baht.
I feel like, typically when you're just grabbing stuff from another country, like it's fun to try to just pick something and try it out or whatever. But I feel like when it comes to medication and that kind of thing, like you should know what you're buying. Maybe she could have asked. Even that would be kind of tough. Maybe look up on her phone what she should get, at least a picture of it. I was always getting pretty motion sick again when we were in our vans, like going from place to place. We went up into the mountains for a few nights and driving up and down those, I got pretty motion sick. So I don't have it with me, but there was like these little almost essential oils that they would sell. You dab it on your temple and then actually in your belly button, my tour guide said would help the motion sickness, and it worked really well. It maybe could have been placebo effect a little bit, but I'll take it when you're feeling that nauseous and have to drive for a couple more hours. I still use it to this day. I always bring it with me, especially when I'm traveling. It's lasting me a long time. It's just like a little roller essential oil. They always have little things like that in the 7-Eleven too. I don't know. I just really liked it. So if you're looking for things to bring back for people too, those are really, really easy. They are liquid, but if you're checking a bag, that should be no problem. But they're little and kind of cool. So she said a lot of people just carry that around with them if they're feeling sick or motion sick or something, or if you're smelling something that's not great, you can just do like a little dab under your nose and it helps with that too. It's something from Thailand that I'm still using to this day. I love them.
I'm back from
I wonder if the
store.
inhalants work like that too.
And I'm super hot.
She's wearing the same outfit she traveled
All right.
in, which is
It is humid. It's not even compared to Kuwait. It's like not even that hot. Like when I landed yesterday, it was like 28 degrees, but it's humid, so it sticks. So
humidity,
all right,
like
I
really
picked
changes
up-
it up too.
you saw what I
how
picked
you're
up?
feeling.
these donuts, they're like fried dough with this like sweet
Too many. There's
coconut pan. I think it's like a pandan sauce. So let me just try one for you guys. Beauty bite.
so unhealthy though. You should not be eating those at all.
I won't even tell you. I got a few.
They're good.
They're super cheap, and I wanted to like support their business and stuff. So,
Don't
I
even
got
just
some
say they're
water,
good and you
which
want
I
to
loved all the way here. So
do that. She must not be far.
I have to throw that away. I needed a new charger, so I just got one for 99 baht. I love how their drinks come in this little
She
bag.
didn't bring any
So I just put ice because ice
converter.
will feel good on my throat.
Oh,
And actually,
the ice from
I'm gonna pour. What is that bad boys?
7-Eleven.
0 sugar in it. I think it fits a whole bottle.
You'll see like one of the biggest thing is getting like the cups of ice from 7-Eleven on like the TikToks and like the viral videos of like Asia 7-Elevens. It is actually so nice because ice is not a big thing. I feel like anywhere North America, maybe we drink the most ice. I don't know if like Australia, if they are big ice drinkers, but when you are able to buy a cup of ice in a hot, humid area like that, it was so nice. It felt like a little luxury, which was kind of cool, which it probably is. Like, are you buying a cup of ice, a cup of frozen water? It was nice to have. Reminder though, the amount of plastic that they use is an issue there. Our tour guide really talked to us about how there are people there, and especially in tourism, really pushing initiatives to go greener and be better to the environment. And you really will see probably throughout her travels how much plastic is used. There's plastic containers when you're buying the street food, the bags, the plastic cup with the ice in it, the straw. It's just so much plastic, and it's so unnecessary a lot of the time too. Although it's so nice to have a bag to carry your drink around in, there's a lot of plastic being used. One way we cut down on that is we brought our own reusable utensils. You can watch my Thailand video about top things that I used while I was there. I dive a little bit more into that. We had like bamboo utensils that we brought with us, especially when we were eating the street food. Using reusable bags and that kind of thing can really cut down on that, and just saying like no to the bag when you are traveling. So those are just little ways you can cut down on that. I don't see Chantel she's all for the convenience and all for that. So I don't see her being the type to do that. If you're traveling there, it's one way you can help those green initiatives that they're trying to push more.
Bottle? Yeah, it does. Exactly a whole bottle. Okay. They were out of the cheese toasties. They sell out fast.
Uh-oh.
Especially
never
since
had
they've been
that.
viral on social media. These are super cheap and they're super good. They're like ketchup chips. I got these
We're getting a
Antiseptic
7-Eleven
capsules, you saw. I think it's ginger and like herbs and stuff.
vlog.
I can't even read it, but it probably works. I got another zero sugar Pepsi. I got some of these things here. I see people drinking them on social media.
Carried this all
People who live
back.
here, they're very popular. Vitamin C, which I do need. Let me try it. Tastes like orange juice.
That's what it looks like. Oh Lord. Oh, there she goes. Whole thing.
That's good. Okay. I got a couple of these spicy noodles. It's the closest thing to soup I could find around here right now.
Easy too.
These throat lozenges. We'll give them a try later. Now this laundry detergent. I think it's laundry detergent. Oh, it's actually dish soap. I'm going to be washing my clothes with dish soap.
This is why she should have slowed down and just looked it up in store.
Fees. I don't know. Last time I got my laundry done, but maybe I will again. But anyway, soap is soap, right? Whatever. With buy one get one.
I feel like it can't be that expensive to get your laundry done there. So that's interesting that she says it's expensive to do that. I feel like washing your stuff with dish soap is going to be very interesting. She needs to make sure that she really rinses it out and really dries it well. But I feel like it's going to ruin her Temu clothes. I don't know. I just feel like it's not a good idea, but we'll see, I guess.
Such a mess. Okay, I got a little body wash because I actually forgot my body wash. And then I'm going to try this. This is super popular. I think it's called Yadam. It's an inhalant. Compound herb inhaler. Inhale once for the symptoms of vertigo. So it's menthol, camphor, boniol, eucalyptus oil, and other herbs. And people say that this is addictive to inhale. See, it's like a little pouch with the herbs.
Too excited about
Let me
it.
try it. It smells like Vicks. I need that right now.
Probably it's good for her if she's stuffed up.
Because I do feel nauseous and dizzy. Ooh, that really gives you like a kick. But these are super popular amongst Thai people, and I've seen a lot of expats who live here like talk about it. So, all right. And then I got my hot bag of food.
That just makes me feel like she's known that she's going to be going to Thailand for a while. And I think when she was in Thailand last, people are like, she's going to come back here because it's just so affordable for her situation right now. It's fun to try different things that are trendy in other places. But I try it, I don't know, maybe.
So you have some halal, the infamous halal wieners. Oh, she didn't give me sauce, chili sauce. Oh well. Sometimes they give you chili sauce. So it's basically just a halal sausage on a stick. See the halal mark here? These are cheese ones. So they're probably made with chicken, I guess. But they're so good. I just got a pack of those. Bismillah.
They look so not good.
Chicken burger.
Definitely smashing packs of those last time.
You can find halal food. Anyway, this is cheap, quick, and, you know, they're really good. I like a mayo.
I think they do have a high Muslim population in Thailand too.
My body
which is
not
nice.
that sore because
You're
I
finding halal food.
I had a nice hot shower before I went to bed, and that really helped my feet and my back. I took my medications. I rubbed myself in the like Asper cream type of medication cream, and I slept for a while. I slept for a good 8 hours. I kept getting up and having to run to the washroom. I think the thing I ate, the chicken with basil, actually, I don't know if it gave me like stomach illness, but so the way they do.
I feel like that would be too soon for her to get sick over. I wonder if it was the airplane food or if she had anything prior. I wonder if it was the airplane food.
The minced chicken here is a little different than what I'm used to. They like chop up everything. There was like so much bone and cartilage in that meal. I'm sorry if it grosses you out. One crunchy thing and chicken and I'm done. And it was like all crunchy things.
At least they're using like the entire chicken. I like to try a lot of different types of food. You'll get these soups and stuff with like the chicken feet in it. And quite a few of my group members that I was traveling with would order food and be adventurous, and it would come out quite shocking sometimes. There are sometimes some food dishes that you're just like, that's not something I would normally see back home.
So I think they just chopped up like all the dark meat, like the leg, there was skin. Like it has to be pure breast for me or else no. That's just how I am taste wise. I'm not used to it like the other type. Like they just eat, they don't mind. Like they're not like, you know, like that. They don't care.
They use the whole chicken.
You know, it's food. It tasted really good, but it's just a texture thing for me. And the way I was raised, I can't do it. Like
I guess at least she's admitting it.
Chicken breast whenever we ate chicken.
And not totally complaining about it, just saying it.
It was still good. The other stuff I ordered with it was good. I had like a little pastry. It was really good. So yeah, I'm not downing it, but I'm sure it was a really highly rated, popular restaurant. So I find there's two different types of people.
She could be having too much sugar right now
too.
Those who
don't mind the whole chicken and eat like the bone and clean.
Because I'm sure like her traveling threw her sugars off, and then she just said she had a pastry with that. So I'm sure that threw her sugars off, and then she had the donuts, which are pure like sugary and fat. I wonder if she was not feeling well because of her sugars.
To the bone and everything.
You gotta be careful.
Sometimes you chew on the bones, eat the bones, and then there's the white breast only people, and like no weird things in your chicken. So even chicken wings sometimes are risky for me. So, but anyways, so I'm going to just like start cleaning up and unpacking and stuff. Edit this video for you guys. Try to go live as soon as I can, but it's so busy out there on the street.
She's already being way more active active
you know,
than
it never
she
sleeps out there.
has.
And there's a really cool restaurant
in
across the
Kuwait.
way. Maybe I'll try dinner with you guys tomorrow. So be sure to be on the lookout for live streams because you have to keep me company. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about. Let me finish my wiener. I didn't even talk about why
You.
Salah's not here.
Yes. What is this big reason he's not here?
Salah is not here right now because he had last minute emergency he has to stay in Kuwait for that I won't talk
You
about.
can tell
personal.
she's lying when she's.
So he has
Her eyes are like.
to stay behind for a little while. Yeah, it's fine. He's gonna deal with it, and
She cannot look at the
inshallah, he
camera
will meet
when
up with me
she
as soon as he
is
can here.
lying.
He's gonna book his flight as soon as he can and meet me here. You know, we're gonna be here for a little while.
It's also interesting because she was saying that they booked non-refundable tickets and all that, and then all of a sudden, like, he was able to change his ticket. So it just seems like certain things are not adding up, which is fine or whatever. I just don't understand why she has to lie about it. Like, it just seems so weird. I'm happy she's traveling solo. I don't get why she couldn't tell us this at the airport. She could have just said he has an emergency. I'm starting the trip by myself. Like, I don't know why she made it such a big deal. I feel like people are going to be annoyed by that. Yeah, when she was like holding her camera up or phone up at the airport and she's like, I don't want to talk about it right now. We're going to sit down and talk about it at the hotel. So I don't know, her just being dramatic and acting like,
But it's really too bad, you know.
This is why her audience gets so frustrated with her too.
Had to change everything basically. So luckily his plane ticket was refundable but for a fee, but whatever. So he's gonna just rebook his flight whenever he knows when he can come. So hopefully soon. I don't know exactly when. It just, you know, it was an unforeseen thing that happened in his life. But, you know, I offered to stay with him and he was like, no.
I wonder if she got like super upset when that happened because I feel like she's not going to be jumping at the opportunity to travel by herself right now just because it is a little bit more risky for her as well with her health conditions going on. But I just wonder how that conversation went with him deciding to stay back. Unless he was never going to go in the first place at the beginning, then it was probably not really a conversation to be had. But if he did last minute decide not to go, if that was a little bit dramatic, I'm kind of interested.
Like, no, you know, just, I know you really wanted to go because I don't get out when I'm in Kuwait because of the heat and I wanted like a little bit of reprieve. And honestly,
so go to Thailand.
I really like Bangkok.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I didn't think I would want to come back because we stayed here so long last time, but whenever you're away from it, like it's a vibe. Like, I don't know, like if you ever travel to Bangkok or to Thailand, you'll know it's like addictive. I don't know how to explain it. It's like just a really affordable, really nice vacation place. And there's so much like to do. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I feel bad. I miss him and the pets so bad, but I'm glad that he'll be there with the pets to take care of them longer.
When she says there's so much to do, there's a lot of food culture there. So I feel like maybe that's why she's feeling like that. But I'm sure there's just as much to do in Thailand as there is in Kuwait. Maybe things are a little bit more progressive in Thailand. So there's a little more freedoms and stuff that they can do in Kuwait. So maybe that's also why she feels like there's more to do in Thailand. Maybe there's stuff to do in every place that you're at. So I feel like that's not really a good excuse.
They'll be at home longer.
Like, I left because cannabis is legal. That's why she loves it.
You know, book on how to take care of them the way I do. He does too, but like I'm their mom, you know. So
the pets are a whole thing that I don't even want to go into.
Inshallah, it's, you know, in the hands of God right now, but he's okay. And I think I'll be okay. I am lonely, and it would be easier to travel with Salah
because he does everything for you.
Just everything reminds me of you here. You know, we never have any time apart, so maybe it's a little good for us. You know, so we're gonna Thailand.
Interesting comment.
Now this was just like an in-between trip, so like all of the places we were planning on traveling to, we were actually planning on traveling December, maybe the end of November, December, something like that, because the places we want to travel to,
which I think is like time for her travel visa coming up again, which is something I don't understand that she hides so much about because she create content all about this. What she's doing is not technically illegal. Not a lot of people are doing it, like visa hopping. The fact that she acts like she's not creates issues around it that don't need to be there at all. If she were to just like say what she's doing, cut it down, or even just like be more open about it, I feel like more people could benefit from it and it would be less of a deal that it is. Her just trying to lie about it is so annoying. She's even like pretty much almost admitting it to it now, but I don't know. She tries to keep the charade up. It's so frustrating. If she wants to be like a travel channel and like this travel person that she's kind of trying to come across as and like giving tips and stuff, she needs to be open about how she's traveling. Otherwise, it comes across as disingenuous and it's going to do no one any good. So the more honest you are about how you're traveling and all that, it's going to be better for her and the content's going to come across more genuine, be more helpful too. Okay, we're going to have to hurry because my laptop is almost
hot, like real hot.
Doesn't want to stay
like
charging.
It's summer, you know, like, and you know, like Egypt, Morocco, Malaysia, places like that. Malaysia's kind of like Thailand, but we just really wanted to do like an in-between. Like I was like itching to get out of Kuwait a bit because of the heat. So I thought this is the easiest. I know this place. I've been here. I know what to expect. that's like less stressful for me than not knowing, you know? So yeah, like having to learn a whole new culture and everything on my own. So yeah, I just thought like this is going to be better for us right now. We're just going to do a little detour, like a little in-between trip to Thailand. We love coming here now. So, and then we'll still, inshallah, like travel like we planned before.
I just looked up
and do those places, but just when like
I just looked up something interesting. She said like Malaysia. I just looked up if cannabis is legal there because she was kind of alluding that that might be one of the places that they're going to do, and it is not. So I think that really played a much bigger role in deciding where they're going to travel to than she's also saying, which again, I don't understand if she's just not being upfront about that either. It's annoying. I know she's not supposed to be partaking in it, but we kind of already went through that with her and she admitted to still using it. And it did kind of like stop the negativity surrounding it just because she admitted to doing it. And that's not really anything you can say about it if she's upfront about things. So I don't know. Just like be honest about it. You're traveling here because of that.
like in the winter.
That's a huge
we
part
want
of
to spend
it.
a good solid like month and a half in Kuwait in the winter to show you guys like do a lot of camping and a lot of outdoor activities like that you can't do in the summer. But yeah, anyway, this is gonna be a really
never
long
goes
vlog.
well for
I'm
her,
gonna eat my dinner, medicate myself,
as we've seen.
edit my vlog, and just relax. And I'll see you guys when I see you. Bye, guys.
Okay, that wraps it up for Foodie Beauty. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad I was able to hop on and get some content of her traveling out. I'm usually so late on all of it. Thank you for being patient with my setup and my little microphone here. Quite annoying to use, I know, I'm sorry, but it's so much easier to travel with. I have some, of course, London adventures, and I'll be heading to France as well. So quite a few things coming up for me. Keep an eye on my shorts, Instagram, if you want to follow as well. I do a lot more updates on my travels on there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.